feel like you're messing up as a parent? It is a journey filled with both joy and challenges, but you don't have to navigate it alone. In this video, I'm showing you my top 5 must-read parenting books that offer invaluable advice, practical tips, and heartfelt wisdom. And whether you're a new parent or looking to refine your skills, no matter how old your kids, these books are here to guide you every step of the way. So let's dive into the best reads that can make parenting a lot more fulfilling and rewarding. Hi, I'm Amy. I am a Japanese American mom to 2 boys in Silicon Valley, so I am familiar with all the hustle and bustle of things, and I am forever on this journey to improve myself as a mom and as a human, and to help other moms that are stressed out and wanting the best for their kids. So, welcome, you're in the right place. I'm going to start with How to Talk So Kids Will Listen and Listen So Kids Will Talk. This is by Adele Faber and Elaine Maslish, and it has been a favorite, a national bestseller for quite some time. I've heard about it. So many parents, when I became a new parent, told me about it. It is filled with great tips of acknowledging feelings, validating emotions, offering choices, using descriptive praise, problem solving together, encouraging autonomy. The list goes on, using humor and playfulness, building empathy, setting limits, fostering problem solving skills. It's a way to talk to them so that they will talk to you as this says, right? The cover says it. There are examples, very helpful examples as you go along, and even comics to show you what playing around might mean like, or how problem solving might look like, giving them options might look like. And while this isn't going to make you a perfect parent, none of these books are. It is so helpful to have a different way to think about it. And if you have multiple kids, this one, Siblings Without Rivalry, is also a great book to read. And if your kids are just fighting all the time, butting heads with one another, and you're at a loss, or you don't want to get there, check out this book too. These are fabulous. They are fantastic. Check it out. So another book that I absolutely loved, and I did this on audiobook. I don't have the actual physical copy. So here you go. It's The Opposite of Spoiled by Ron Lieber. He wrote for the New York Times and all of this, but this is all about money and talking to our children about money. And while that may be a taboo topic for a lot of people, we need to raise children that know how to think about money, be wise about money, and interact with money. And so, this is our way of talking to our kids about money and attaching it to our values as a family. So, you can start having these money conversations in daily things, start talking about how we make decisions about our money and allowances and charitable giving and all these things that are going to be part of their lives as they get older. And it is going to get bigger and bigger as they get older. So if we can teach them and give them that freedom to use the money that they get in wise ways as they have just a little bit to spend or even lose, it is huge. There's going to be consumerism, advertising everywhere. So, if we can talk about that with them, if we can talk about saving and goal setting, financial mistakes that can be made, there are all kinds of things that get talked about. It is fantastic. If you do not want a child that is spoiled or doesn't know the value of money, we need to start talking about it with them. It is not taboo, it is a must. This book is a must read and discussion point for your family. This book really hit home for me. It is Never Enough by Jennifer Wallace. It is about how no matter what we do, we compare with all the other people and we just feel like we're not doing enough. Even if you have your kid in 10 different sports and 10 different after school activities and 10 different, maybe not jobs, but you get the point. You put them in everything and you still feel like they're never enough. And she also gives stories about people that look successful on the outside, but they are miserable. And so, what can we do for our children so that they are not miserable? They feel like they are enough, not enough. And the big key here is to let them know that they matter. It's not about what they achieve. It's not about what they can do for us. It's not about how much they contribute to the family or society. They matter and they need to know that. That might be a spoiler, but it's totally still worth the read because the journey, the examples, all the things that she gives is a great, great read. And hopefully it gives you a lot more to think about of what you emphasize in your family, what values you set, what limits you set, boundaries, and all of that. Super, super important in the message that we have for our family and our kids. The next one is called The Self-Driven Child. I don't have the physical copy of this either, but you get to see it on my iPad. It is by William Stixred and Ned Johnson. And I have interviewed Ned before for my Whole Wellness Mama Summit, and you will be able to see the video. So it is linked in the description. But this is all about how we can raise self-driven kids because we don't want to be that nagging parent that tells them to do the things, right? That is not what kind of adult we want to raise. And remember, friends, we are raising future adults, not people that we are going to have to helicopter over to go to work or to get their work done or to take care of their own children, all this stuff, right? We want kids that are developing their autonomy and their motivation on their own, learning resilience, stress management. Parental involvement should be more of a consultant kind of role versus us doing all the stuff. We want them to want educational success. We want them to be able to communicate with us and have that connection to come to us with anything that they need help with and feel like we will be there to support them along the way. In essence, we want our kids to feel like they have control over their own lives and that it is not up to us. They are not relying on us. They are not feeling like we need to dictate that or that they can't speak up for themselves. We want them to drive themselves. And so, how can we get them there? There are tons of great examples. And there's actually a follow up book called What Do You Say? It came about because people had asked, okay, well, but what do I say in these scenarios? And had asked Ned and William so many questions. And so this book came from that. And it is a deeper dive into, okay, what are the actual conversations, words you can use, dialogue you can start to have these conversations and help your kids develop more of that autonomy, inner motivation, and self drive to get the things done that they want to do. And friends, I'm sorry to say, some things you're going to have to let go of. Some of the things that you think are important, you might need to let it go and help them get there on their own. It doesn't mean they're going to do all the things that you want them to do. It means that they are going to figure out their way to get the things that they need to get done and have that motivation to achieve the things that they need to achieve. The next one is The Five Love Languages of Children. This is by Gary Chapman and Ross Campbell and explores how understanding and speaking your child's love language can strengthen your bond as a parent and a child and meet their emotional needs, just like the regular love languages book, which is really for anyone, right? But this dives deeper into specifics for children and examples specifically around children and what that might look like, because sometimes we have a hard time imagining, okay, what does that mean for kids? And for those that don't know what the five love languages are, it is words of affirmation, physical touch, quality time, acts of service, and gifts. So if you want just a few examples of each one, so words of affirmation, it might be very straightforward, but it is telling your kid that you are proud of them for something that they've done or something that they are improving at, or you love the way that they are doing something, like you really gave it your best effort today, or you really kept going with that, even if it was hard for you. Leaving positive notes in your lunches. We actually love this in putting notes or jokes into their lunches and saying, love you, mama. Physical touch, that one might be kind of obvious too. Giving your kid a hug or a kiss, holding their hand while walking, high fives. Those are all physical touch and a way to communicate love and affection to them. Quality time is about giving your child your undivided attention. This is why I love one on one times, even if it's 10 minutes of quality time. That is huge. You can do whatever they want to do. It could be playing Legos, taking a walk, jumping on the trampoline, anything like these. Game nights, family game nights, movie nights. A lot of people have select days of the week where it is movie night or game night. Those are all fun family bonding quality time things. Acts of service is the next one. What do you do to show them that you care? That might be packing their lunch. Maybe it is packing their stuffy for them into their bed. Maybe that's not packing, putting their stuffy next to them for their bed, doing chores together as a family. It might be acts of service to each other, like cooking dinner for them, cleaning up together, cleaning up toys together. All these things can be an act of service either to each other, as a team, for someone else. It's an act of service. And gifts. I think gifts are a lot of kids' love languages. And some kids like small treats. It can just be an ice cream cone. It can be a toy. It can be a stuffy. It could be just a little thing that makes them realize you were thinking about them, or you know their interests and you got them something because you thought of them because you know what they would really enjoy. So, understanding their primary love language, because we all have tendencies to all of these, but there's usually a primary one for each person. And when you can see, identify, and do that love language on a regular basis, I think you will really see that connection and fostering of a strong, loving relationship. The book also goes into how you can determine what that primary love language is for your child if you don't know right away what it is. You can observe, experiment, listen, consider their reactions to different things. All these things are outlined, and it is a fabulous way because this is really important because when you speak your child's love language, you help them feel seen, you help them feel understood and valued, which strengthens that bond and that sense of security and belonging. And isn't that what we really want? It goes back to the other books where they want to be seen, heard, feel like they matter. And at the end of the day, it's not just kids. I think we all want to be seen, we want to be heard, and we want to be accepted for all those things that the people already see and hear. And we want to know that we matter. If you enjoyed this video, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and have you come along on this journey with us. Remember to give it a like and share it with a friend that you think might find it helpful as well. And I'll see you in the next video.